Hi, I'm David Langer. I'm the chairman of neurosurgery at Lenox Hill Hospital in the great New York City, and I'm going to take you on a little tour of my Instagram today.
Tell us about this.
Well, first of all, this has a lot of stuff in it. Some small things that are, first of all, I'm a huge Apple guy, but those are Bose earphones on top of my Apple computer because I always lose the ear pods, so I'm very absent-minded. And I'm on my phone, which I'm on my phone a lot. And that wood thing behind me is there because we were trying to sell our apartment and they took all the art off the walls and put that down on the couch. So that's how that ended up there. But the most important things in this picture are my dogs and my book there. That's a book by Seneca, who's one of the original Stoics. And since my accident, I've become very interested in Stoic philosophy, and I was reading that book. It was just on the coffee table, and my dogs really are my wife's life, but they've become, when my kids grew up, we've got dogs, and the dogs have taken over a huge part of our love and our affection for them, and they're just incredible animals, and I've become a huge dog fan because of Cooper and Stark.
Can you tell us a little bit more about...
Yeah, so the OR had a white party, and I actually had those white bucks, but everything else I had to buy. And Don, Don is like my brother from a different mother. He's he's my best OR friend. We're very close, and we walk down the aisle together in our whites. Great thing about working with Don is I've been able to find common ground with people that are from different backgrounds and cultures, and that's what's so great about New York City. That's what the Emergency NYC is about too. So this was our white party with Don and I as a couple walking down the aisle just before. So this was awesome.
Oh, so this next picture, there's some explaining to do. Can you tell us a little bit more about this experience?
This is my first Harry Styles concert. I am a huge Harry Styles fan. I will admit that. My first one, not so much. The first concert, I didn't like it that much. I sort of left in the middle. I got tired, but I dressed up for it. Our health system had a box at Madison Square Garden. I lasted about a song. The only really song I liked was Watermelon Sugar, and I left because it was going to be the encore. I knew from the set list that it wasn't coming, and I was just tired. But just to fast forward, he came back, and he had like 20 concerts here, and I went twice, and he was amazing. Like, that guy is super talented. I am freely admitting that I like Harry Styles. Yeah, so my daughter, who's a amazing young woman, was getting through COVID and school and New York City, and some of the shenanigans I've been up to have been awfully difficult for her. And she, I think Northwestern, I'd gone to University of Pennsylvania. My wife and I both encouraged her to go there because of my alumni connections, which can help you if you apply early. But Molly was set on leaving the Northeast, and Northwestern's an incredibly competitive school, and Molly is an incredibly gifted, brilliant student, and she did it all on her own. She went and applied on her own, couldn't do anything to help her, and she applied early to Northwestern and got in. And this is that evening when we were celebrating her. She has a glass of champagne even though she was only 18, so it was the first time she had a drink. It was just memorable. But she's now a sophomore, and she's doing really well. She majored in psychology, and we're all really proud of our Molly. She's just fantastic.
Can you tell us about this meal and what made it so special?
This is my son's birthday, I think. My son's a November birthday, and so obviously in New York City, eating is everything. Restaurants, everything, and we still weren't able to eat inside. My daughters were super afraid of eating inside. I was actually okay with it, but we made a reservation probably a month in advance with outside heaters, because they set up heaters for my son's birthday in November, and it turned out to be one of the coldest days in November. It was like sub-zero or sub-freezing, and even though we dressed up, I was freezing my butt off, and you can see my wife with her fur hat, and even though we were fully dressed, the food got cold within like 5 minutes, and I think we were there for maybe half an hour in the end, but it was sort of a COVID moment, and luckily everything got back to normal here, and these are memorable times. These hardships and these obstacles you overcome are part of what makes you enjoy the times that are good. And I think, again, this is representative of a little bit of that, like what we all went through and how we enjoyed ourselves. And this is a great, sort of emblematic of it wasn't really that bad as we thought it was. So this is a great night.